Greetings. My first time live on Virgin TV. I'm G. Hello, everyone. And beside me is David. And who's David?
I don't know. Who is David?
Yeah, David actually is my former husband and now one of my best friends, right? And we were together for a very long time. And I say this, lots of people know, but some people are like, why are you repeating this? But lots of people don't even know who we are. So it's good to share. So we're former spouses, and now great friends, and I want to share this onto my personal page. Let me see how I can do this. 'Cause I want people to join.
You want to share it from now?
Yeah, well, so that people could see it on my page.
So wouldn't you share it from?
Yeah,
from
so
your,
here. So
yeah.
give me some time, everybody. David can keep you all occupied.
Welcome, everyone. Hi,
welcome,
Annie.
welcome.
Hi, Donald. Hi, Jeffrey. I missed a few. Hi, Diane. Anybody who I missed above, just welcome to everybody. It's the Sexy Exes show.
Right? It is. Certainly is.
Yeah. I think we were last live about 2 weeks ago, and we've got a lot of requests for us to go live again. And here we are. Refresh the page or something.
I did.
So.
Okay, I'm trying to share it for the first time. I'm on my page, Very GTV. If you haven't followed Very GTV, it's easy, Very GTV. Follow me there. So I'm going live from there, and I want to share it onto G Right Muir. I'm just trying to figure out how to do that.
Yeah. So while she's figuring it out, apparently, what you found it? Yes.
Yeah, there it is.
What was the topic we were talking about last time?
How to be yourself, how to live your life authentically.
Slow down.
Okay. How to be. I know I rattled.
Yeah.
How to be your. Stick up, ha ha ha, stick up. Now, how to be, or just encouraging people, and this is, it's really just based on our experiences.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Maria.
Hello.
Hi, Greg.
Yes. Thank you.
So, again, hey, Philip. So, family, everybody who's watching, friends, whatever, Facebook people, Pip, welcome people from the ATL. Or should I say from Georgia, because I don't know who is in ATL and who is not. But from everybody watching everywhere, it's the David and Gannett show. It's DNG, former spouses, but still fabulous friends. And we had a Facebook Live about 2 weeks ago where we were talking about being your authentic self. Yes. Hey Natasha, I am so far gone at always being my authentic self. Sometimes I offend people, and if I do offend you, I apologize. But it's really for me just being me. I try to be a good person. I try to be a loving person. I help people. I do a lot of things that are geared at making the world a better place, in my estimation. And sometimes they fail, and sometimes they succeed. And I try to succeed more than I fail. But having had this discussion with G recently, hey Roberta, we got a lot of encouragement to do more of this. And so we're back again.
Hello.
I don't know if the energy will be the same or if it will be different. But G wanted us to start off by saying just a little bit about who we are first. And I think you tried to do that, but in your quick style, I'm not sure it's clear.
Okay,
so for those of you, hang on, who are not aware, Gannett and I met in high school in Jamaica. Hold on, you've been your authentic self since we met. Yes, that's very true, Maria.
College.
Thank you. I try to stay true to myself. So Gannett and I, we met in high school in Jamaica. So we've known each other for an awful long time, over 30 years.
I know, it's crazy, right? And then we barely look 30.
Right, over 30 years. And we remain great friends. We were lovers, we were married, and now we are just bona fide. She has her own private sexual life, I have my own private sexual life. We are no longer together, but we always remain great friends. And part of that is because we are always our authentic selves.
Right.
So now you can introduce more about what you wanted to say about who we are. Blessings, Mr. Wignall. Thank you for joining us.
Camden College, that's where...
That's where we met.
Yes, that's where we met, 1980, long time ago.
Yeah.
So a big part of my life, I said I don't want to make it appear as if I wasn't living authentically in any way. There's many things about myself that was being true, but the main reason why I'm even on social media talking about being authentic was that I had many years where I couldn't be fully authentic in terms particularly with being someone who is gay and gender. So, and then David particularly helped me on that journey. I think especially coming from, and I can't speak about other cultures, but I come from very middle class Jamaica where it was very much like, if you've seen, it kind of follows the British kind of like keeping up appearances. And so it was hard, and it's hard for people all over the world, but to be openly gay. So that was a major challenge for me. So it was really like a battle in terms of just letting go of what people think, right? And we talked about that last time, but it's just so important to like really not care about what people think, and that's how I am today. You know, that's how I could be myself. So that's one thing I really wanted to share and talk more about.
Hey, Brian, I don't know about a lot of money thing, but welcome, Brian.
Yeah. A lot of money in one. Thank you. I don't know if you're doing it. What is that called? Like if he's sending us. Like
he's wishing money upon us. I find both of you very brave.
Thank you. Greetings. Let me greet everybody on Very GTV.
Welcome, Karen.
Crystal Sawyer. Thank you, Karen. Thanks for joining. It's my first time actually going live here at Very GTV. I just wanted to go so fast. Very GTV. I felt to do that. I'm sharing it on my page. You might be watching it on my personal page as well. But yeah, thank you. It was something that if someone had said to me a few years ago, you know, one day you're going to talk about being gay and you're going to write about, I blog, I have all kind of, I'm one of the coordinators for Montego Bay Pride. I mean, the Art Woman, I do so many things in the LGBT community. I mean, I would never have dreamt it in my wildest dreams. So, but it just took a lot of courage. But now that we're here, I feel like, you know, it can be inspiring and to share. And some people, whether or not you're gay, it's not just like, oh, you're gay, but it's just like, how you get the courage to be yourself, whoever you are, really. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Small community in Jamaica, for true.
It's true.
So, by the way, we're encouraging questions that we will
if you want to answer the questions, that's a good idea.
So, if you have any questions while we are talking, definitely feel free to ask us any questions. Also, feel free to share and invite others to be on our live. We're happy to have any guests, any strangers, any people that we've not seen in a long time to join us. But in talking about being our authentic selves, and I don't want to set any specific agenda for this
something
discussion.
Else may come up, yes.
Anything that comes up, we can just, shift and move, seamlessly into any topic.
Right.
But I'll say this about myself, and just again about the whole topic of being authentic, is I thrive being busy. Mm-hmm. I really don't like to not have things to do. I can't ever be bored because my mind is such an interesting place. But separate from the things that my own energy can come up with, whether it be I create something or participate in somebody else's creation, I genuinely love to be busy. And as a result, I end up doing a whole lot of different things. I also live without fear for the most part. Now, everybody has some fear. But I have so little fears that I will do almost anything, and people think I'm wild and crazy because to them, I don't want to call anybody else conservative, but their fear makes them seem more conservative than me. And I just want to say, like, for me, there's nothing that I think of that I want to try that I don't just go ahead and try. Because I believe, like, we should. Life is short. It's to be enjoyed. And I think that what makes my life most rich is trying the things that I want to try. Going after whatever it is, whether it be in business, in personal life, and so on. I think that's a big part of just who I am. And I've had people accuse me and say, hey, you are the way you are because of your fears of other things. And I don't even dispute that that's possible. But for whatever it is, because I think only about positive and I focus on the things that I want to achieve, it may partly be, I'm not denying, that it could partly be because I'm afraid of not being busy or I'm afraid of not being successful or whatever the fears may be. I don't focus on the fears. I just focus on the positive and what I want to actually achieve, the things that I am going after. So that's at least my little lead up.
Yeah, we're talking about fears and I guess like we all have fears. And I think one of the greatest things is like confronting the fear and not letting this fear stop you from doing what you want to do. So in terms of like living your life authentically, feeling like there's some things that you don't want to do, but if you push yourself, and I feel like once you push yourself, it just feels so amazing. Sometimes the things we think we're most afraid of are actually the best experiences ever.
We got a question.
Oh, what advice do you have for co-parent? Okay, here's a question. Thanks, Muir. Let me greet everybody who's on both Very GTV, G, right Muir over here, and David, I'm Muir's page. Greetings. Question, what advice do you have for co-parenting with an ex and staying on friendly terms? Okay. I mean, so we're friends. So I think that makes it easy. But
I want to answer the very first part of
co-parenting.
No, I'm going to stay on the staying friendly part. The staying friendly part is a decision you have to make.
Yeah.
It's always easy to be at war with somebody that you're no longer partnering with, somebody you're no longer intimate with, and whatever it is. It could be your friend, your lover, your business, whatever it is. It's choice. Pip, how you switch sides? You were over here, thanks for joining. And you flipped over there.
Yeah, man, we need people over more. You have a lot more. I hardly go live here.
Switching sides midstream.
Thank you. Very GTV. Love the love. Thank you.
Crazy. But anyway,
don't lose your thought. Don't lose your train of thought.
No, I'm not losing it. But the answer is, staying friends is a decision that you can make. No, the other party may not want to stay friends. But again, I believe that unless a person is really living with a lot of hate and a lot of violence, I believe that you can convince them to join you in the state of being friendly. So I think that's the first part. Co-parenting, but I'm going to let G stick a word in.
Yeah, I do, because I'm also a child of divorce. So I distinguish at a very young age. Well, I was 13, not super young, but to distinguish a father from a husband or ex-husband or ex-whatever. And to distinguish, so that person, you don't have to think of that person in terms of, that's my ex, this and that, even though we tease and say we're sexy, exy, we're having fun. But that person is the father of your child, or mother of your child, whichever way it is. So to disregard as much as you can, like if there's negative things in a relationship, forget about that from the lover sense and relationship sense, I feel, and focus on like, hey, you're the father, I'm the mother, you're the mother, I'm the mother, you're the father, whichever arrangement it is. But just like focus on your role as parents. And you know what, kids, even though they can give us a lot of headache, they give us most of the joy. So you can enjoy, your kid does a silly thing, you look at each other like, look at this child, he's just like you, or she's just like you, in a positive way. So I think that's the thing, like distinguish whatever happened and everything, and let go of that in terms of parenting, co-parenting, you know?
Welcome everyone, Chris. Roger,
thank you, Maria. Saying, yeah, man.
I saw that, Maria. Big up to the comment for the answer.
Okay.
Hey, Chris, bless up, man.
So yeah, Maria says, for people who can't see Maria, that's a great way to put it, to separate the two roles. Yeah, thank you.
Chris Livingston has a question here.
Okay.
How long before it's cool to move on?
Okay.
After a split, how long is it courteous, appropriate to someone else?
Okay, so
that's really gonna.
I'm going to say, if you're with me, you want to take a very long time after. No, I'm teasing. No, I'm teasing.
Hey, Nikki Stewart. Hey, Larry Sofield. Oh, sorry, Commissioner Sofield. My apology.
Hey, Larry.
Hey, Dan. So, and I want to address Karen over here, too.
Yeah, we're not going to forget you, Karen.
But okay, in terms of how long is it, it really...
Pip says 1 week.
It really depends genuinely on the people involved. Yeah. Because, like... sometimes the length of time it takes to actually split or to separate might be all that you need. So it really depends on the people. But I think, hey, Joanna, the key to any relationship is communication. Like, we talk about everything. Like, if something bothers me, I'm going to tell her. And if something bothers her, she's going to tell me. We don't have to follow our ex's desires. But it's at least good to listen for the very first part and then to give it some consideration in how you move forward. Because you don't want to be, you don't have to be hurtful intentionally. I mean, intent is a big part of pain and how things are translated. So I think it's very important that we always, sometimes you have emotionally split long before it's official. Yeah. That's what I was referring to. And I said, it really depends on the particular couple.
I was just going to say, too, like, it depends on your level of intimacy. Like, if you're still intimate with somebody, because sometimes you break up with somebody and you still have some level of intimacy. So I think moving on, you'd want to really make sure, I feel that that's severed. You may have some still emotional ties in different ways, and that's fine. But I would say...
I'll tell you this, too, just to be real. I've heard, I don't know why they feel this way, but I've heard from most women that I date now that I'm still way too close to my ex and that they are somehow... threatened. It's a reality.
Yeah, of course.
I've even been told that like women will not even consider me somebody that they would want to have a relationship with because I don't have the emotional space from my ex. This is just real talk. I mean, again, I have no filter. Yeah. This is what people tell me. I don't agree with it. I think it's kind of silly. I mean...
Yeah, and funny enough, I've been in a relationship with my girlfriend for about 2 years.
more than 2 years.
Yeah, 2 official and maybe 3 years, and that's like a great part of us being not together. Meaning, like we separated like 4 years ago, so a great part has been. So yeah, but yeah, so what do you think about that?
I'm going to live my life and be myself. I'm not changing anything to, thank you, Chris, to fit into somebody else's conception of what is the right thing to do.
I think also our society is kind of structured where we don't expect for people who are exes to really be really great friends. So I think it could be like, so what's going on? But I think it's helpful that I'm gay. Like, because if I was dating men, then people are like, hold on, Gideon and David are still so close. Maybe something, but it's like, no, I think that to me that would be helpful. Like, if I was a woman checking you and I saw your ex, your ex is very beautiful, but hey, she likes women, I wouldn't really be worried. So, yeah. Oh, let me just pick up right here. Karen is saying also, thank you, Karen. Hi, Shanice. Karen is saying both of us should write a book. Well, I just started taking a memoir writing class, and I had to say that, you said the slow motion, right? I started writing maybe 2 years ago, but I haven't gotten very far, so thank you for that encouragement. I don't know, David, have you considered writing your book? Because people who read what I've written are like, why did David do this? They want to hear more of your story. Like, do you think of writing your own story?
I have not really thought about it. I will tell you that I have had some friends who know you're writing a book and say to me, but David, your story is a really interesting story, because they feel that as a man who is in a relationship with a woman who is a lesbian, and the various parts of the story that come out of that, they think that I have the story to tell. I don't really feel the need to tell that story. Well, and to address the book thing, I already have a book. It's called Pieces of Jamaica. It's available at piecesofjamaica.com. That's my book. It's already been published. However...
Second book, David.
And third book, and so on. So in terms of doing a book specifically about the years that we were married, and I think people who want to know that story just want to hear sus. I really don't even see the point of it.
Well,
but I would be willing to write the book when the time is right. So I'm not against writing that book, but I don't feel compelled to share the story of, oh my gosh, this is what it was like.
So let me talk a little bit about that. Mm-hmm. So you say sus. So people who don't know what sus is, translates to pretty much like gossip. Would you say? Then we do the Jamaican to American translation. But anyway, to me, it's greater than that, because what it is that. What inspires me to share this story is that people who are going through what I was going through I usually feel alone. I felt alone. I didn't think there was anybody else. I felt I was the only woman married to a man that I love women. I was like, wow, I didn't know there were people like me. So when I share a story about this, and you could share your story, there's men married to women who are gay, and they might feel like there's no one like them. So you share that story, you inspire them, and it's also showing, like change and evolution in life, because both of us at some point were homophobic. Right?
I totally understand.
So to go from being homophobic to where you encourage me to accept people who are gay, accept myself. So it shows tremendous. It shows like how we can really grow. So sure, there's some nice sus in there, and I think sus, you don't mean just gossip, but like something juicy, right?
I think people want something juicy.
So there's some juice in there, but it's also a great story. We both have great stories, because I have to go through just realizing I'm gay, coming out to you. There's a lot, accepting it. All this, you have the perspective of helping somebody. So there's a great story in there. So I think that part of your story is in my story, but at some point, if you feel you write your story, that you could help many, many people, and it's entertaining, but you're also helping people.
Yeah, man, I hear you. And so I think the part that people ask from me to share more or care about is thinking, well, what was it like for you? Because you are somehow I'm in the place of the week party or something. I don't know. I don't even know.
And it's so funny because
I'm just saying that's what people think. Hey, Fabian.
And I like this.
Hey, Earl.
Some here.
So self-book.
Yeah, and then Karen says here, I feel your relationship is different from heterosexual ex-relationship. And I do think that's helpful. Like,
yeah, I think
if I was dating men, it just would be harder. And like for you have a woman and then this ex-girlfriend, I take off glasses, come in with like all beautiful. That would be too much. Way too much. So I think the fact that, I love women and women love me tremendously, I think that helps.
You say that like it's a fact.
It's a fact.
Opinion poll. Is it a fact? Yes or no?
Do women love me? Yes, they do. Let me see. And then Maria says here, I agree. Writing a book will help people who feel isolated in their situation. So I think that's a helpful thing too.
Okay.
You know, and it makes it less taboo. Like there's things that I was going through that I felt like we shouldn't talk about. I'm like, no, we could talk about it. Why not? You know.
Yeah. Well, I'm here talking openly, open to questions. I always am. Yeah. You know, some people are shocked by how open I am.
Yeah.
I live too free to be worried about the opinions of others. Yeah. I am happy to share, and whatever you take from my speaking is all good. So, yeah.
I'm laughing. Chris won't buy the book. People have been telling me for years. And Philip says people want to sexually sensationalize his story. But there's going to be some part of that.
And
now there's a rumor. Now there's sus about David writing a book. I've been working on a book for years, and my book, hopefully, I'm going to say 2018, I should be like good to go, or maybe 2019 is published. And it's going to be a great story. And part of David's story will be in there, inevitably.
Yeah, man. So, bless up Rockwell. And for those who are joined.
Thank you for joining us, Virgie TV fam. Thank you. Lance.
I will tell you that the story of my life, which includes G, is going to be spectacular and sensational because it was a great life we had together.
Yeah.
Hey, Webster. But my life since G's being my spouse or my partner is also sensational. So it's just my life. Like from David's perspective, my life is great.
Yeah, David is
and that's always going to be the case. So I hear you on the book. It's just the two are good people.
Thank you. Yeah, man.
Thank you, Blackfoot. We love you too, man.
Yeah, man.
Trust
Enough
me.
love.
Well, Alan Jane, bless up, Alan.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
Okay. So any other questions? Feel free to ask questions. That's actually nice. Lisa, great conversation. Because we could come here and we could chat your head off all day. But if you have stuff you specifically want to ask.
And we don't have to stay on the topic of us being exes.
No.
We don't have to stay on the topic of being authentic. You can ask us anything. We really are open. We're both fun, loving people who are very open and happy to share our lives and different things, whatever perspective it is that you guys have. So, again, thanks everyone so far for the questions, and thanks everyone who has joined. And for those of you who are interested, you may feel free, go ahead, invite others to join, share it on your page. This is really just us being open and responding to the requests that sexy exes do another live. So
we'll keep doing lives. Do you want to talk a little bit about some of the stuff we're working on?
Wow, okay. Well, I will talk about what I'm working on, but you guys need a lot of time to listen to all that I'm working on. I'll start off with something, since I see Dr. Cunningham on here. I'll talk about people profile. So for those of you who are unaware, you should know about people profile. People profile is a fantastic concept, and it's something that everybody should learn about. I would encourage you to just go on Facebook and do a search for people profile. There's also an award event that takes place because of people profile, but it's not just about the awards. I think everybody should just go and check out what is people profile. And it's about people sharing stories about people. It's really actually an amazing concept. And
it sounds like something that should include somebody I really like a lot.
Don't think in any way that she could mean herself, or even worse, that in any way that she would really be wanting to talk about her story. But yes, blessings everyone again.
Yes, Sasha.
Other things that I'm working on.
So people profile, and I'll talk about some.
For those who are not aware, there are a couple of things that are coming up. I work, let me not say work. This is volunteer work. So I volunteer in a couple of different very worthwhile institutions. There is an institution called the Heart Gallery. For those of you who are not aware of the Heart Gallery, it's nothing to do with art. But yeah, see it there? Shout out to the people profile.
Yes.
We must have people profile interview. Why? Well, you can talk to Dr. Cunningham about that. But I don't want to lose track on this. For those who are not aware, there's an organization that I'm a part of. I sit on the board of the Heart Gallery of Broward County. So the Heart Gallery is in multiple cities, multiple states. But specifically where I live, which is in Fort Lauderdale, the Heart Gallery actually, the Heart Gallery serves the same population everywhere, which is that they serve children who do not have permanent homes, children in foster care, children who need to be adopted into permanent homes. So we actually serve the hardest to place foster children. So it's really a special subset of foster children. So we have our annual fundraiser, our largest fundraiser, coming up in a few weeks. It's actually the first week of October. So those of you who are unaware, just check out the Heart Gallery of Broward County, which is right here on Facebook. Yeah. So People Profile, that's one of the things that I sit on the board for the People Profile, or I don't know, should I say the board? I'm actually the chair of the marketing committee, but separately from that, I'm also on the board of the Heart Gallery of Broward County. Okay, Two things deep and dear to me that you guys should check out. G,
a couple of things I'm working on. So I'll say right now, Montego Bay Pride, I went there yesterday. I went there last in my life. Yesterday, I went there last year to Montego Bay. I'm actually a Kingstonian, but I got invited by Maurice Tomlinson, who's a great advocate in the Caribbean community, LGBT community, global community. So he invited me last year, and it was a great experience. So then they asked me to be a coordinator, so I'm one of the coordinators. So I'll be there, and I'm also going to be moderating a forum, which I'm excited about, and I'll be co-hosting. So first time that I'm going to be really, I went yesterday. Why am I saying yesterday? I went last year as a guest, and this year I'm going as a coordinator. So I'm really excited. So you can go to Montego Bay Pride and learn more about what's coming up. And then, my number one, I could say project here is Thou Art Woman, and LGBTQ open mic, and I'm planning the next one to be at Art Serve, so that feels exciting to have. We've had several here at 1310 Gallery, which is beautiful, but we've pretty much outgrown it. Karen, you saw it, you've been coming, and it's beautiful, but we figured we'd have it at a bigger space. We're going to have it at Art Serve. That's coming up November 10th. And so those are my two main things I'm working on. I'm writing a lot. Like, I'm taking the memoir writing class, and I'm writing a lot. You're going to see more blogs from me and so on. And if you haven't Verity TV, this is where I share a lot of stuff. This is where I share a lot of content in terms of the LGBT community. So Verity TV, follow me on IG too, Verity TV here.
We have some questions.
Okay, questions.
I need to. First of all, Suzanne Jones, I'm so sorry to hear about your life being in jeopardy. Hear that your husband being a victim, and that you were fighting for your life. All of that. Your daughter got hit down. All of that is horrible. Our best wishes are with you, Suzanne Jones. Please, all the best to you.
Yeah, so
I don't know what more to say. Chris Liv, I see that you have asked a question here. Do you agree there is a difference between between love and being in love? I definitely agree there's a difference. Or better yet, do you believe you can fall out of love? Yeah. I don't believe in falling out of love. But I definitely just feel there's a huge difference between love and being in love. G, before David comes in with his mad perspective, what do you want to say to those people?
I know what David's going to say.
Yeah, we're right.
No, that's what I'm going to say. I know your answer.
Well, of
course, so I'm not going to say,
well.
But for me, I think definitely there's a difference between in love and, to me, love is like a romantic love. You feel very excited about the person, you get butterflies. You want to be with them sexually and romantically and intimately, and love can be love for people you're related to, people after. Like, I love David still, but it's not a romantic love. He loves me, but not a romantic love, right?
Correct.
So but I know what you're gonna say about in love.
So go ahead.
No, you say it. Should I say what David's gonna say? Yeah.
Our connection is bad.
No, he's just saying it's a different connection, I think.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't even think I need to get into it. I think G's answer is pretty awesome. What I would say on the topic is that I feel that the concept of in love comes out of the concept of being infatuated. I think that's where we get this in love. I was infatuated and now I'm in love.
I like that, yeah.
I thought you knew what I was going to say.
Well, there's something else I thought I know. Let's see. Come with it.
That is what I'm going to say. So I believe that if there was an infatuation and then it grows deeper, that's what we call in love.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I believe that there is a much greater love than in love or infatuation, which is that when you care for the person beyond the butterfly stage, beyond the I'm attracted to what I think you are. But when you truly know somebody and you love them for who they are, I don't think there's any in-love part of that. So I think that's distinctively what makes the greatest difference to me. So just like G was saying, I love her. I will always love her. I'm not in love with her, but I love her deeply. I love the person she is. I love her character. I love her personality. I love everything about her. So she's a great person in my life. She's one of my best friends, absolutely. And so that's a love. And I have the same type of love for my family members and for my genuinely true friends who I have that type of love and respect for. I actually still have other people that are friends that I don't have that amount of love for, and there's a different type of love. But my close inner circle friends, I'm going to have that love for sure, and it definitely doesn't match up with being in love. In love is really a completely different thing. I don't even have much respect for being in love, because to me it's like you're losing yourself in another person, and I'm not a fan of that. I believe that love should come from a different space.
Yeah, I kind of predicted that part, but the other part, good. That's good. That's a good question. Any other questions? Family.
Again, welcome more.
Yeah, welcome everybody. To make sure that you haven't missed anybody's question. Cause I hear afterwards some people come on and they're like, "Oh, they didn't get recognized. We didn't hear that question." So let's look in here. Well, there's a lot of people. Thank you, everybody, for spending your Saturday afternoon. We'll be here for this 3 more hours. No, I'm joking. Yes. Yeah, thanks for all the questions. So you said people profile. I know you have a lot.
Yeah, you want me to go down?
Repeat, no, so I said, I'm just going to cover. You said people profile. You said.
And I said the Heart Gallery.
I said Thou Art Woman, Montego Bay Pride, Vera GTV, and then what else you got going on?
Oh, well, I would say, you can just press it. Yeah, okay. There, it takes us back down to the end.
Here's someone who just says, you never fall in love. You're right. I have been with my hubby since 1983. Since now...
You're most definitely true.
I'm proud of you. Agree. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, yeah, man.
Hey, Allison. Hey, Bill. Okay, so other things that I'm doing. I teach photography. For those who are unaware, my latest semester just started. I teach photography at Broward College. I am a business partner with a musical artist by the name of Christine Alicia. That's a K.
Yeah.
Kristine, Alicia. I manage her career. I say it's my business partner because we work together for the betterment of her career, and we share in the proceeds of that career. So I consider her my business partner more than she's my artist or
right. That's a good idea.
That.
Good way to see it that way. And what's the name of her album?
Oh, Christine's most recent album is called Songs from Zion. Was released earlier this year. It's doing really well. We're actually in 2 weeks going to the Grammy party to sort of rub shoulders with the folks that while we get to push the album towards its being on the short list for the Grammys. Really excited about that. I'm also very excited that, for those who are not aware, I have a very new business, which is the most recent thing that I'm working on.
Can I guess?
You can guess.
Taste Islands, Island Origin.
Well, those are part of it. So yes, that business is actually called Island Syndicate.
Oh, Island Syndicate.
Island Syndicate is the name of the business, and Island Syndicate does act as a parent company for Island Origins, the magazine.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
I don't know how you didn't know. You
but
weren't
Island Syndicate is above. It's like
right. It's like the parent.
That's so good.
Right, but Island Origins magazine. For those of you who are not aware, you can go take a look. Look up Island Origins on Facebook. It's there. You can also go to islandoriginsmag.com for Island Origins, the magazine. I really encourage everybody to check it out. It's really, really important. It's actually very similar to People Profile, except that it's actually a print product. And but it's a print product, so it's actually very special in that regard. Hold on.
Hey, Joanna Marie. Yes, Joanna.
So you're saying she will also be juggling album coming out soon, right? Absolutely, Joanna.
That's so funny. You have a Joanna and Joanna appear at the same time at two different spaces.
Time, definitely.
Yes. Play those names today on the lotto.
So yes.
Okay.
So that's Joanna Marie referring to. Did you ever do photography for Grace?
Yeah, Grace. At Jerk Festival, right? What do you mean?
So yeah, I've done photography for individual named Grace and for the company called Grace. Yes, both. And to finish up with Joanna Marie, yes, Christina Alicia is doing a single on a juggling rhythm that's coming out soon. Absolutely. There's so much to talk about. Yes. I'm going to swing it back to you. What else do you want to throw out there? Because again, I have a few more things that I'm doing, and I don't want to just be. And people ask questions, man.
Yeah,
Feel free.
I mean, there's a lot I could talk about as well. So, I guess, we just had in the summer, the 8th Thou Art Woman open mic. Joanne was there, Karen was there, about 100 people were there. Thank you everybody for supporting. But this I'm excited. David actually supports me. A lot of people don't know, but David supports me on the event as well. And some people do know. So the next one is coming up, and I'm excited because we're going to a new venue, a larger venue, and kind of just growing it to another level. So I feel good about that. It's something that we actually started 2014. It's funny, we didn't start to go, boom, we're going to have this event. It was we're going to have this event. And we decided grow and grow and grow. So that feels good about the growth of Thou Art Woman. I'm very excited about that. I think this one, I could talk about a lot of other things, but that's the main thing.
You want to keep it, okay.
Focused in. I'm writing and stuff, but I'm focused in on that. Unless you have something you're like, hold on, G, what about this? If you're like, why haven't you shared this?
Well, no, I think there are things that are going to come out organically that people will see over time.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to talk more about what's coming up in the magazine, or you don't want to talk about that.
We can talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
Hang on. Suzanne says, you meet me and hug my husband and myself. We're from Orlando. Miss your hair color.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. He has a little afro hair. Nice, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went through a whole phase. David went through, for people who don't know, people here may not know. He went through maybe 2 years of different purple, blue. What colors did you do? 4 years, David? No.
Yeah, 4 years.
4 years of changing. I did it for a year.
I did 4 years.
4 years. Hey, Noel. Thanks for joining.
Again, joining us. Thank you.
Yeah. So we're here chatting. Now it's this is an expansive conversation. We will start off talking about living our authentic lives. We're taking any questions from anybody and sharing about some of our projects that we're working on. I do other things, but like I said, I'm a lawyer, I'm a realtor. I do a lot.
Yeah.
Just really trying to focus in and write and do the Art Woman, and I'm excited. Montego Bay Pride is next month. Yep. So that's something so I'm just trying to stay focused. I'm someone who does so many things, so trying to narrow. What we could talk about one day, and I don't know if you want to talk about it now, because it's a whole other topic, is living your life as an entrepreneur. Because that is something that's very challenging.
That's actually a really good topic.
Yeah.
We should definitely table that for another time.
We're going to do it another time.
Because this is already long enough that I don't know if we should go into that whole energy. But living as, excuse my ignorance, but what is dark woman? Thou art woman. No, she's not laughing at you, Megan.
No, I was what do you mean? I know
it's dark. THOU, thou.
Yes.
ART, art.
Woman. Thank you very much.
Before G gets into her rattle spiel about Thou Art Woman,
oh my God.
It is an event that was created to give a safe space for women to speak in an open mic, in a poetry environment with art physically displayed around them. And that's how you get the Thou Art Woman. And it really have allowed, because of this event that's created by G, it allows them to express themselves in ways that they would not have had a forum to do elsewhere. She can elaborate.
Yes, thank you.
But tune up your ears, because that's why the dark woman is Thou Art Woman.
But I was going to say, I like that question for this reason. When we're going live on Facebook, sometimes you forget that not everybody knows what you're doing all the time. So, tons of people in my life here in Florida know that I've been doing this event since 2014. So to just share, as I'm saying, Thou Art Woman, not just to slow down, but to tell people what it's about. I think you did a great job covering it. It's an event that I do about 3 times a year, and it's just been growing and growing just beautifully. Every single one, whether we started with maybe 40 or 50 people, it was
Before
beautiful.
You describe the people, can we tell Megan to go to Thou Art Woman on Facebook? Go look it up. You'll see images and different things about what Thou Art Woman has done. So
you spelled it right, THOU, then ARTWOMAN.
Yeah.
So that's
So check out Thou Art Woman,
one
for
of
real.
my top projects since 2014. Started kind of casually. I just seen the growth and see the need, so really just growing it. Like I said, I'm doing about 3 a year. I actually got a grant from Broward County in February. Well, last year both of us got grants, but I got a grant for that event.
I want to answer this one here. Chris Liv asked this question. So
last question. That's fine. And I do have to wrap up soon, but that's fine. I'm not in a panic.
We're both going to wrap up for sure. So, guys, when you all talked and before you came to the conclusion that you were going to split, how hard was that to parlay to the children? How hard was that to come to the conclusion that you would split? Last question. You can ask as many questions as you like. I will tell you, Chris, that we obviously are going to be two different people with different opinions. I never feel anything is hard when you're talking authentic and truth. So to tell anybody, either to ourselves, I didn't think it was difficult to have the conversation, nor did I think it was difficult to have it with the children. And I think our children are actually quite fine with how everything went down. Our children are actually here, and if you want, we could even bring them in to talk. But
we're not doing that.
But for real,
no offense, but no.
Yeah, but I don't know how G sees our interaction in terms of the split conversation. But we had a conversation one morning. She said ABC to me. I said, "Oh wow." XYZ back to her. There was no fight. There was no like woo, and it was like okay, and that's it. We moved on.
I'm gonna have more details in my book, but yeah, you're gonna. But hopefully by 2019, you're gonna get all those details. But I'm gonna say for me, much harder. Part of why it was much harder for me, once again, my parents divorced, so I projected some of the anguish and pain I had from my childhood onto how my children would react to it. So that made it really difficult. So I'm going to say this, it was not even close to as difficult in the end. And then my children, and it's funny because I guess they're just like, they're just so happy in terms of how, it's odd to me to say in terms of how things turned out, their parents are not together. But like our youngest son, I was driving him the other day. He said stuff sometimes I'm like choked up, but he was like, say something about being happy. I'm saying, why? He's like, I have 2 homes. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. But for me, I was like, I have 2 homes now. So it's just like how you view things in life. And then he told me years before that he was proud of me and he's happy. So the kids, I thought, Chris, I was fearing that conversations. It was difficult for me. And like you, that's fine. Everybody's different. It was difficult. Once it was done, it was like, and then their reaction to it just was golden. Also, this for me, growing up in a culture where being gay is wrong. I don't know if I need to put quotes around it, but wrong. I felt like that was tied in.
Hi, Julian. Julian.
Oh, hey, my cousin. Hey, how are you doing? Long time no see. So that made it more challenging for me. But thankfully, my kids don't have like what the indoctrination we have with homophobia. So they know like there's nothing wrong with being gay and so on. So for them, it's not as complex. Like many adults are like, how are the kids? How are they dealing with you being gay? And it's really just like, they're fine and this is great, you know? So that's a great question. I mean, all these questions are great questions. But
absolutely. I'll
share more in the book, as I said. I need help. Maybe I'll have you guys help me with the title of the book. One day I'll come and be like, you know, because it's a memoir focusing on the actual journey in terms of not my whole life, like an autobiography. You know, that's like really for more like famous people, but more like focusing on the journey of realizing I'm gay and how I dealt with coming to terms with it, and it's like and coming to my own. So like that's what the book is focused on. So you'll get more details, right? Yeah.
I figure when you
it's interesting. Yes. Thank you, Chris. I need to write this book, but I'm excited. It's not even something like I want to. It's just like calling. It's a calling, like a cat. It's like I have to do it. You know, so I'm very driven to do it.
So we're going to say goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining.
A great live session again.
Great live.
We will take one last question if someone has a last question. But other than that, thank you all. You know, feel free to share.
Yes.
We will go live again. And
we should put links to under here, Thou Art Woman, Verity TV, but my computer died. We could do it. People will still see it. So we're going to put links to all, like everything that you talked about. Let's put, because there's some people who watch this after, like, how do I learn more? So we're going to put
the link. How do I learn more about Dark Woman?
Dark Woman. I only spent 10 years in Jamaica, but I didn't leave it. Dark Woman. Thou art woman.
Hey, Jackie.
So we'll end with Suzanne saying, hope one day we can meet you guys and move mountains. I thought she'd say move to the mountains together, which I want to be, but anyway, let me not digress. I just envision writing and it's being in the mountains or by the ocean, but I move mountains. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Nice
Vibes
to
up.
hear. Real talk, real talk. Thanks for everyone for joining Virgin TV, David, G. Wright.
the
book cover should have
David's many hair colors.
That's for his book.
I think Chris is merging our books.
Well,
no,
yeah, maybe David can donate a chapter. So yeah, man, thank you for joining. We're going to put the links to everything we talked about here. Where are you going?
I'm not going to.
Yes, you are.
To the people in my David only view.
Okay. I'll give them a G view only. Virgin TV, thanks for joining. And I'm going to go live from here more often. Hello, greetings. Yeah, this is David's place. Okay, bye. Thank you for joining.